damage while living with a bleeding disorder. My name is Jonathan James. I'm the president and CEO of Hope Charities, and I want to invite you to come hang out with me for an upcoming live educational online event that I'm really excited about to talk about how to avoid long-term joint damage. We're talking about joint health as a result of living with a bleeding disorder, how important it is to do things like exercise, how important it is to think about treatment for the long-term preventative treatment, how to respond to a bleed if you have one, how to make certain that you keep your joints healthy, because that's really something that I think in our lifetime we have the opportunity to see really an elimination of joint disease. And I'm really excited about this event. We have some amazing sessions prepared for you, and I would love for you to come and join me for this opportunity. You can register on our website at hope-charities.org, learn a lot more information about what's going on, but we have some great sessions where we're going to be talking about how to move it or lose it, as Kevin Harris likes to say. He'll be talking a little bit about exercise and movement. That's going to be a great time. We're going to be talking about teaming up with your caregivers and how you can actually provide more protection as it pertains to a teamwork approach with your HTC, your social worker, your physical therapist at your HTC, and learning how to lean on that team for more guidance. We're going to be talking about communication and trust and how to make a way for better community, to learn how to lean on those. And of course, working with some mobility issues if you already have them, talking about some pain management issues, a lot of incredible things we're going to be addressing. And I want you to be a part of it with us. And today I've actually invited a friend of mine to join me to talk a little bit more about this upcoming event, Gabe Terrazas. It's great to see you, my friend. How are you today?
I'm doing amazing. You've been practicing them R's, Jonathan. Look
I'm
at
trying,
you.
bro. I'm trying real hard. I feel like I'm struggling, but I'm doing it. I'm giving it a
Yeah,
shot.
I mean, it sounded good. It sounded pretty natural.
Good. Well, Gabe, it's always great to see you. I love being able to spend time together at these things. And one of the things I'm really thankful for is also just Paragon's support. I know you work with Paragon Healthcare. You're a huge patient advocate, helping people living with bleeding disorder understand more about what the challenges are and really how to untangle some of those insurance challenges and all kinds of issues. You're just a wealth of knowledge and resources. And so I would love to learn. Maybe people tuning in today have never had a chance to meet you before. So I'd love for you to share a little bit about where you're from, how you're affected by bleeding disorder, and what your role is at Paragon.
Yeah, absolutely, Jonathan. So I'm Gabe Terrazas. I am 41 years young. I've been married now for close to 13 years, and we have a little 2.5-year-old daughter. Her name is Sophia, and she keeps us busy. So she definitely makes me move, right, in a major way. I've been working with Paragon for the last 3 years now. I'm part of the hemophilia team. I'm actually an account executive. I oversee a couple different areas over here, and we have a really strong focus on Spanish-speaking communities. So definitely excited for that. I always kind of boil it down to a nutshell. I am your hemo hack. I am your hemo hack connect, right? If you need something to do with hemo, we are your hemo hack, right? We find a way to sometimes make other things happen that other people can't, right? Not to say that we can make everything happen, but we sure put our back behind it, right? So I'm very excited to be part of Billy Davis's team and Tommy Seawright and just the whole Paragon crew, along with Kevin Harris, who's going to be doing an amazing breakout session. As you said it earlier, Jonathan, it's move it or lose it. So I'm excited for that event. But more importantly, I'm just pumped to be here with you. I'm pumped to be here with the Hope for Hemophilia team, August 20th and 21st. Man, it is circled in my calendar. It's on my whiteboard. I got alerts. I got reminders. It is here, and I'm excited for it because there's nothing like being around good people, and good
That's
people need
so
to be around
true.
good people.
It's so true. And one of the things that I think we learned from going through the big COVID pandemic that we also kind of struggled through was that there's still ways for us to connect online. I've always said for people living with rare disease, you may only have 300 or so people in your whole state or maybe your city that have a bleeding disorder. But what better way to connect in moments like this where we can get online? And so I know you and I are friends. We can always pick up the phone and say, Gabe, what the heck? I just had a bleed and it hurts. What do I do again? And you can help me out. But maybe you've never, maybe people watching today have never had a chance to be able to connect with somebody else living with a bleeding disorder. That's one of the reasons why I love doing these opportunities, because it really is a great open door for people to just come check it out. You might meet somebody, meet a friend. I know that community has played a significant role for you personally as you've lived through a lot of challenges. And so What would you say to anybody who's maybe looking at this thinking, why should I come to a educational online event? I got to carve out time. I got to set reminders because me and Gabe are in the same boat. Like, what would you say to somebody that's like thinking about it, but they're not sure why they should come?
Man, I would just say stop thinking about it and just do, right? It's one of
Yeah,
those things that you got to just stop thinking about it and just do.
that's a
There's
good
nothing
point.
like community. There's nothing like being together with people. I know that me personally, to give you a little insight, I had a family built-in support system.
Mm,
Now, to kind of give you guys some perspective, I'm 41, so this is 1980s. We all knew what hemophilia was. We just didn't know how to treat it. Like none of us were treated,
mhm,
but we had a lot of uncles, cousins, family members that had hemophilia, but all of us were kind of all kind of like crabs in a bucket. We just didn't know what was going on, right? So even though we had that support system, we all still learned from each other. So we still needed to plug into something bigger. I always like to
mhm,
put myself in the shoes of that brand new mom, that brand new dad. They have their son, and all of a sudden this genetic mutation comes out of nowhere, and the happiest day could turn into maybe a pretty dark couple of hours, right? And that's where we
mhm,
can offer that sunshine. That's where we could offer that extra light to them, right? Because
mhm,
to be able to let somebody know, hey, listen, you're gonna be okay, and your son's gonna be amazing. And it's
mhm.
one of those things because we all know somebody tells us we got something. The first thing we do is we go to Doctor Google and we look up all the stuff in there, and it tells us all the negative in there, and now we start envisioning obviously the worst, right? So I would
Right.
encourage even those that are first generation or maybe you're not that much aware. That's even that much more important for you to come to those. And then it also goes out to some of my originals, right? Some of my OGs, the ones that have been around for a while. Just because you've been around a while doesn't mean you know everything, right?
Right.
So it's super important for you to come back around because there's advances, there's everything there. Plus, I don't mean to say this, but I'm gonna share it with you, and I hope you don't mind, Jonathan. But at one point, somebody supported you in your hemophilia journey. In my opinion, it's our duty to support somebody else.
That's good, Gabe. I love that. It's so true. It's a way to give back, honestly, is coming with that information to be able to just sit in the chat. I think a lot of times people don't realize like how many questions are being asked from maybe
Yeah.
people living with a new diagnosis. They just got word and they come to a moment like this and there's some things going on in the chat. You could be there to help support, answer questions in a live setting like that. And it gives us a moment to be able to really lean on each other, learn from each other. But I also can tell you that we've had so many people through the years that have connected in moments like these, and they get the contact information of these folks, and they actually keep up with them far beyond these educational moments. And so I always say, man, the best thing that about being diagnosed with a bleeding disorder is the community that comes along with it.
Yep.
And I know you and I both are living testaments of what it's like to have a strong support system behind us. But I think so many people they don't have the luxury of that. Well, this event is a great opportunity for them to come to, and I think it's a really great way to get plugged in. I know also Paragon is doing a great session on, as you mentioned, and we kind of alluded to earlier on Move It or Lose It. Kevin Harris does such a great job. You always have some of the best educational content that really in the whole community, in my opinion. But that's going to happen on Tuesday, August 20th at 2:15.
Yep.
I think that's really going to be a great session. I know you've heard Kevin talk on those sessions before, but any advice for anybody that might need to tune into that session specifically?
Man, I would say strap up, put on your seatbelt, and eliminate all transactions. Put those horse blinders on and just focus in on what Kevin's saying. Mr.
Yeah,
Kevin's kitchen himself. I always give him a hard time. I call him Captain America. I call him Mr. Internationally Man on the microphone because everybody knows him.
yeah,
Everybody knows him. And the best part, he's an active member in our community. He wears his heart in his sleeve. He absolutely just loves this community, this people. Like that's his passion. He wakes up thinking of new recipes. Like he literally wakes
yeah,
up like he doesn't think, well maybe now he thinks about his wife and his family too, right? But in those top three is a new recipe for us. And now he's
yeah.
talking about movement and a couple of things. I have the pleasure of calling him a friend. So I've known him for several years now, and he absolutely what you see on the computer screen is what you see when you're next to him. He's not a different
That's
dude.
right.
He's the exact same guy. He's super authentic. He leads with his heart, and I guarantee you're going to leave with value, without a doubt. You're going to
That's so
invest
good.
10, 15, 25 minutes, but man, that value is like that old school MasterCard commercial, right? Hot dog,
Hmm.
$5, this is $10. Kevin's Kitchen, Kevin's Movement Talk, priceless, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're getting with Kevin. So I highly recommend you guys jump on and check that out.
It's so good. It's not boring either. I mean, it's one of those
No,
sessions that's always like energetic and you always feel motivated when you leave. And he's put a lot of energy into
well,
crafting those moments. So I always appreciate
I
that.
don't mean
But
to interrupt you, but
yeah,
now do I feel motivated? I feel like I gotta go do push-ups because I look at the
right.
guy and I'm like, seriously? Like I gotta do 10 push-ups right now just so I could, or either that or I gotta ask him where he buys his shirts
Yeah,
because they come
right.
with muscles already, right? Because my shirts don't come like that, right? I gotta go do push-ups, right?
Mine either,
Kevin,
man.
love you, bro.
I love it. I love it. Well, tell people how they can register for this. How can people get involved? How can they learn about your session that y'all are doing?
Oh, absolutely. So first, you got to lock in the dates, August 20th and 21st. You got to put those in, and then you got to go to the Hope website, right? The Hope website is your better than Google version, right? You got to go to that. That'll get you access to that'll get you access to all the sections. You'll be able to click. You'll be able to get more information. You might even be able to start kind of be a little snoopy and look at other stuff going on. I'm
Yeah.
sure Jonathan will tell you, man, look at that website. That is an incredible, incredible resource. It's your back of the index. It's your all the answer section is there. So I highly recommend you guys go to that hopecharities.org website.
Yeah, it's really great. And one of the things I think is really great for people to know is that you can just register one time and you get all access to all the sessions.
Yeah.
We do send it to you in email. It's not posted on the website publicly just because we like to make certain that the people that are attending are really they're not spammers from Russia or something, but we're we try to keep it a closed loop in that way. But if you register for it, we'll send you all the links to all the sessions. And then even if you can only come to one, it still really helps to find out what other sessions are going on. You might see another one you want to jump into. Plus, you can even be eligible for a grand prize if you go to 3 or more sessions in one day. So there's all kinds of opportunities just to have fun and really get connected and learn a lot. And there's really no downside. So I look forward to being able to hang out with you more. I know you're going to be there, and Kevin's going to be there, and the whole Paragon team is going to be a part of it. So I want to say a big thank you, really, to Paragon for supporting this opportunity. We couldn't do it without your help, and y'all have always been the wind beneath our wings to help us to be able to do great things for the community. So thank you so much, Gabe, for all your help through the years, and we look forward to seeing you very soon.
Yeah, absolutely, Jonathan. The work that you do, the work that Hope does, is 100% invaluable. My wife and I have directly benefited. Our family is better because we know people like you. And our
Wow.
mission is to have other people know that as well. So thank you, sir.
Well, thank you, and we'll see you very soon. Bye now. Big thanks so much to Paragon and their whole team, and especially Gabe, such a great friend and such an encouragement. He's always got such a great attitude. I always feel like I could go and like run through a wall or something after I talk to that guy. He fires me up. And so anyway, thanks Gabe for joining me for this. And I just want to encourage you again, if you haven't had a chance to register yet, go do that right now. Go get online, hope-charities.org. You can register right there on the homepage. You'll see the blue joint health event right there on the thing, and you can get a lot of great content with some amazing sessions. I mentioned earlier about the prizes and giveaways. If you can only come to one session, you're still going to be eligible to enter into a raffle for a giveaway. We're going to be doing some gift cards for that, as well as a grand prize. If you go to 3 or more sessions in one day, you'll be eligible for a much larger prize. So there's a lot of opportunities to get involved, and we certainly hope to see you there again on August 20th and 21st. If you can come to both days, awesome. If you can only come to one, that's okay. We understand that people's schedules are busy, and it really is a sacrifice to carve out time to come to any of these things. So thank you so much again for Paragon and for Gabe for joining me for this pre-event podcast. I hope it gave you some information and excitement about what's going to be happening next. But go to that website, register now. We would love to see you very soon. Thanks so much for joining me.